All right, hey, it's the night before round one of the Canadian Triple Crown Series MX Nationals here at Whispering Pines. We just finished the W Can. Greg and I are going to take you around the track, kind of have a look and see what some of the things we think are going to be important, some of the things you're going to want to watch for here at Whispering Pines.
Come for a walk with us, guys, and we'll highlight some of the key sections as we go. All right, guys, we're here in the starting line of the Whispering Pines Raceway. Tomorrow's pro day, so they're going to be doing a lot more prep to it. We're seeing a lot of good starts come from the middle here. It's pretty high speed and it does funnel down pretty quickly. So, you know, after watching a bunch of starts, it's really going to be a toss-up of where the best starts are going to come from. It does have a bit of a hook, as you can see to the left, and riders are going to be landing off a tabletop just to the left of us here, coming back across into a sweeper and back into the first corner again. So it's going to slow things down. You know, we'll have to see come first practice, first motos, where the best starts come from. So here we are, second corner. Technically, it's kind of like a, you know, a bit of a right-hander. It is pretty narrow, I find. I don't know if they're going to tail it out a little bit wider or not, but for being the second corner of the track, it's going to be pretty narrow. So we're going to see a lot of banging coming in here, hard right into the first tabletop. As you come back, so you're going to come into this new mechanics area here. This is new just for the pros. Sorry about that. This is new just for the pros. Land off this tabletop, into this corner, back across the straight, and then come back through. And as you can see there in the tents, that's where mechanics row is going to be. So like I said, when they're racing, it won't be too bad, but for the first, we're definitely going to see some bar banging coming in after that first corner. This is still some ruts left over from amateur day. The dirt here is really unique because it is pretty hard. It has a harder base, but we got so much moisture yesterday. You know, you can kind of see as I'm stepping through it, you can see the moisture underneath the dirt and then just how rutted it gets. So it's going to be a good mixture. I know in the back there's a lot of sand, but here, like, you can see these ruts are ankle deep, and this is a pretty fast section of the track, so we're going to see as we come to this first tabletop behind us.
Watching the amateurs all the past few days, there's not a whole lot that's probably going to separate guys. I think everybody's going to probably be doing the same rhythms and everything, right, Greg?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything different when it comes to options. There is a rhythm section that we'll get to later. It seems like everyone's going to kind of do the same stuff, but there is some options you can see behind us here. We do have an inside kind of tabletop that you can see you guys are hitting a fair bit, and then there is some outside. So there is some options in these corners. Outside, there isn't really anything tall for berms, but they will be there and they will exist. But like I said, there seems to be a lot of guys hitting this on the inside. So we'll have to wait and see what the pros do, is that they definitely do things different than the amateurs. We're here in another section of the track. Just to give you an idea of the size of these inside lines, you can compare them here. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". You can see these ones are well over 6 feet, 6.5 feet tall. So, you know, we'll see if they're faster or not, because going higher sometimes always doesn't mean faster, guys, right? It's kind of an option.
Did you see Brock Littner hitting that earlier? Holy smokes, he was landing in the next corner. It was incredible.
No, I didn't see that, but that's definitely going to be an option. And as I was talking about earlier, you can see some of this dirt. It's kind of got a sandier base to it. It's not that hard packed, but it does get harder in other sections. So tire choice is going to definitely be key. But this is going to run up and get pretty rough as they go throughout the day. So we'll see, especially if we get any of that precipitation we talked about that's going to come tomorrow potentially. This is going to be real nice and going to definitely absorb it. We're just coming out of a right-hander corner here, guys. Definitely a lot of guys using the inside line. There's a couple ruts that built up throughout the day. So you can see there's a soft outside berm, but we're gonna see how many guys are gonna use that. We're coming into one of the only option sections we have in this track. It's a rhythm section. Most guys are going double, and either jumping on and then jumping off, or jumping right over the tabletop. I know a lot of guys in 450s are jumping right over. It's really gonna see how this sorts out for race day, because this gets quite rutted, and there's inside, outside. You can see they're working on the track right now. You know, we're gonna have to see how it shapes up. I don't think anyone's gonna go tripling in. This isn't peaked up enough, but yeah, this is one of the options where you can actually do something a little bit different and you know, scrub or jump high. Here in the last kind of section of the track, we got a little tabletop. Another one of those inside outside options that I was talking about earlier. You can see a lot of guys were going inside, kind of scrubbing it, keeping it super low. Into this last left-hander, there's a really deep rut that developed on the inside. A lot of the top intermediates, I saw Dylan Rempel absolutely lay it over and pretty much drag his bars all the way up here, which we're on the finish line right now. So there's going to be no you know, big celebrations. It's just a big kind of single little tabletop kind of thing into a right-hander, into one of the tighter sections of the track, back across the start. This is going to get quite rutted up, and I do remember seeing just over here a lot of chop coming in. So these guys are going to be coming in, swapping bars like side to side. And but the one good thing is there's lots of passing opportunities coming through here, because you can come in, side somebody up, whatever you need to do. But this is where all the action is. This is the finish line here at Kamloops.